Yeah, I bet you didn't. Like, after I just spent all that time fighting that big bruiser one-on-one before, I bet you didn't know I could just launch him into the spikes there. Yeah, this game is a... Polish isn't the strong suit here, but I promise it's fun. uh, I'm really looking forward to the Game Awards stream tomorrow. I can't wait to see all those new announcements that I don't care about mixed in with like maybe one or two that piques my interest. Love the irreverent one-liners. Place smells like a goddamn Cheeto factory. Ugh. That's cool as fuck. This game was made for Western audiences, but it was also made for Western audiences. You know what I mean? Hang on, let's see if I can do this. There we go. If you time it just right, you can switch between fanning the hammer one time and then a single punch, and you can keep them suspended. Oh shit. No. God, all the stuttering. I think the game isn't poorly optimized necessarily, but I wish it were optimized better to where I could get a more consistent experience because I don't have a super strong PC, but it's not weak either. Like it's if there was like a spectrum from low quality PC to high quality, like highest quality, it would be like 1/4 of the way to highest quality, but it's not like the bottom of the barrel, you know. It's one of the things I'd like to do if I had a bunch of spare capital, is I would like to upgrade significantly. Just take it to a PC repair shop and be like, I'd like one of each, please. Gotta love the 15 FPS animation of the chain falling. I like a little bit of an environmental gimmick like this, where you have to lead them into the dynamite. I do wish that they replaced that gimmick, though, with them just giving you the dynamite. Or them giving you the Rentier rifle early, because, like, this game's combat really opens up once you have all the weapons, have all those tools at your disposal. And until it does, it's not like it's not satisfying, but it is paper thin in some places, you know? They have to get you acclimated to all the tools slowly over time, which, that's not really a bad thing necessarily. It's just, once you know how fun the combat can be later on, when you have all those tools, playing through the game on a fresh file can be a bit of a slog. There it is. Jeez, how many ad breaks are they gonna get? There's on my side it says that there's one viewer. So how are they giving the one viewer like ad breaks every 2 minutes that last 3 minutes? Why are they doing this? Man has a gun and he just starts fucking jogging at me. The whole point of that is it's supposed to teach you how to shoot the weak points whenever they quick draw. I think that might have been a bug in the AI. I don't think he was supposed to do that. He gave me a little message. It was like, ad break is over, your community is back. And I was just like, not a lot of them are here, Twitch. I'm not really sure you know what you're talking about. I'm just imagining them having that automatic prompt for somebody who gets 0 viewers per stream. Your community is back. It's like they're rubbing salt in the wound. That would be like if you got a notification each morning on your phone that was just like, you have 0 notifications. It was a notification that nobody talked to you, you know? I give that burn like a 4 out of 10. Not super impressed. Did you see the texture on his fucking... That was not how that was supposed to look. Hey, Yuma. Good to have you. His clothes just, like, became the sky for a second. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Mostly excited for tomorrow night's stream, which is the Game Awards Commiseration Station 2. We're continuing what is now a yearly tradition where we all come together and collectively get disappointed at the fact that video games just don't have soul like they used to. Quoting a video there. If Hollow Knight Silksong gets a new trailer or any sort of news, then you might see me breakdance. Or at least try. I'm not an experienced dancer, but I will have no way to contain the elation. It sounds like I'm calm right now. And that's because I am, because I have zero faith that there's going to be any announcement. But if there is, oh man. My fingers hurt. I was making a tech thread for games no one plays anymore. Homie, I relate. I spent a good deal of last night making some text myself for a game nobody plays. I completely fucking relate. Ugh. I updated my coffee. This is the first week in I don't know how many weeks that I'm doing 2 streams in a row. I'm getting back into it. And that includes writing text for something. Maybe it's a script. Maybe it's a video. You never know. If it helps one person out, I'm content. Hell yeah. I would say the same... I would tell myself the same thing whenever I made DMC videos back when I had first started. Before White Gold even released, I was like, if anybody likes this at all, I'll consider it a victory. And I did. I did consider it a victory. It only started picking up in traction and views whenever people got to know me better in the community. Whenever it came out, it got like 100 views max, and then, you know, just the traction stopped. And I was fine with that. I was like, hey man, it's just that bit of recognition. Would you fuck off? It's just that bit of recognition, you know? I am my #1 hater. I just read that part. Try not to die. I'm my #1 hater, but I do live to see people enjoy what garbage I put out, right? I'm hoping that the next garbage that I put out, which would hopefully be soon, will be something that people enjoy. DS meaning Nintendo DS, right? Or do you mean Dark Souls? I'm pretty sure you mean Nintendo DS. That was a perfect time for a freeze frame. Gotta grab this game at some point. I recommend it. Get it on sale. Half off, maybe like part of a Humble Bundle, maybe on Game Pass if they have it. But rest assured, I do recommend you get this game. I just recommend getting it on a sale because, you know, like it's not AAA. You know, it's lacking some polish here and there, but it is most definitely worth your time. I can assure you. Yeah, we're swagging. Boom, boom, boom. So Yuma, what are you hoping to see from the Commiseration Station? What are you hoping to see from the Game Awards tomorrow? That was my wrist popping. I didn't even try to pop it, really. I just stretched my wrist. Holy fuck, that... Woo! Honestly, I checked out from... Completely understandable. Like, I get it. I also want to stop hoping. What I would want to see... I would want to see Hollow Knight Silksong. I'm looking forward to seeing the Guilty Gear Strive DLC character, whoever that is. I think it's Elfeld. I want to see Street Fighter 6 Ed DLC. I want to see like a reveal trailer for him, which I think we'll get. I want to see Devil May Cry 6. That won't happen. That will not fucking happen. I want to see Banjo-Kazooie. That will not happen. What else do I want to see? Evil West 2. That will not happen. So many possibilities. I want to see Fallout New Vegas from the ground up remake, similar to what EA did with Dead Space this year, but even more faithful. Just, you know, with the graphical overhaul and with quality of life changes and bug fixes and stuff. But all the same writing. I want to see that. Instead, we get awards sucking off so many games. Oh, yeah. We're going to see some robberies, for damn sure. Hi-Fi Rush is not going to get Best Action Game. Nothing that we want to get Best Action Game will get Best Action Game. It'll be something fucking stupid. Hey, JJ. Hey, Alfred. Long time no see. How you been? It's good to have you. Should I be expecting you tomorrow night as well, when we all come together to be miserable at the Game Awards? I say that like it's a terrible thing, but I'm actually looking forward to it. Chill but busy, just came off work right now. Nice. It means you get the rest of the night to relax. Love to see it. Going through Twitter and I saw a mutual tweet. Got a lot of shit to drink, ready for the shit shoot tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, man. I would now, like, I make all these smug predictions about how terrible it's going to be and how I know better than them, which I don't, but, like, I make all these smug predictions. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be blown away tomorrow. I would eat that humble pie with some whipped cream. I'd have seconds. I would fucking love it. Because I would rather get games that I like than complain about games that I don't. Like, I think that's the same for most people, even if they, you know, complain more than they like things. I love doing that. That is such a cool exchange. I mean, it's like the checking out means I am never disappointed and only ever pleasantly surprised, you know? Yeah. No, like, if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed. I get it. Which is why I don't expect anything from the Game Awards. I'm just going there to commiserate. And yet, because I'm weak, I end up being disappointed anyways. If something good happens, neat. Could you imagine if we got something like DMC 5 Ladies Night, or if we just got a new game, you know? I'm gonna push you into this. There you go. Bum 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 bum. Whoop. No. Make Lady and Trish not suck, please. Yeah. You also like a new Mega Man? Yeah, to each his own. I'm not a huge Mega Man fan myself, but you know, if they announce a new game and everybody's it's kind of like GTA 6, where I'm not looking forward to it, but everybody else is, and I'm like, I'm glad you guys are happy about it, you know? I'm not. I'm glad you guys are happy about it. Also, wouldn't it be funny if the GTA 6 trailer just ended up overshadowing anything that was announced at the Game Awards? Oh, I thought it was just me. Holy shit. There's somebody else who doesn't give a shit about GTA. That's amazing. We're an endangered species. Because fast-paced action platformers, my beloved. Yeah. What the rat doing? Hey there, Ender. You know what's really funny about this meeting? This Peter DeBonio guy, the guy that's speaking in the story. He's supposed to be not only an idiot, but a jobber. As in, he's supposed to just foreshadow the kind of threats that are to come while being relatively easy to take on himself. But everything he says here is completely fucking right. And the vampires should have listened to him. And being a coward. No, he's absolutely right, because the humans end up doing exactly what he said. He's like, we gotta kill them now because their technology's developing to where they're gonna make us the ones that are hunted. And he was correct. That's exactly what happens in the story. Ow. Do this. No. Ooh, you see those reflexes, baby? Stop it. Boom. Boom. Hero punch. Shut up. Boom. Boom. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Bam. Roll out of the way. Little micro dash forward. Bam. Cannonball. Fan the hammer. 1, 2, and then I gotta reload because I fucked up my management. There we go. Hero punch. No. Boom. 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 No. You're really not good at this, Peter. Hey, Peter. Leveled up on Fortnite. Oh yeah, you guys heard about Peter Griffin Family Guy being added to Fortnite, right? I missed one bit of money. Ugh. Hey Lois, remember that time I was in a JJ stream? No. I would never restream Family Guy funny moments. I would never dare to steal their content. Hey, Peter. Borrow your egg, Peter. There's an actual clip from an episode of Family Guy where Joe Swanson's like, I leveled up on Fortnite. And whenever I discovered that, I just saved it onto my phone just in case I need to use it. Why would I need to use that ever? I don't know. But I thought it was really funny, so I saved it on my phone. And that goes to show my priorities, I guess. He's a creative genius, that Just Jag. Revolutionary sense of humor. Hey, Peter. I'm a simple man. Cartoon references, YouTube poop, shitty humor. Ugh. So funny. I love Joking Jackson. I like this logo. It's really cool. By the way, I will no longer accept Just James as a funny way to call me by my name because James is the name of James Somerton, who was recently exposed for plagiarism. So do not associate me with him, please. I'm kidding, but like, have you guys seen the new H-Bomber Guy video? The 4-hour one? I'm gonna get this one instead. Just Jamer. Finally have a good reason to dislike Internet Historian. It was disappointing because I'm like, I really like his content, but the fact that he did this shit, that's really shady. Yeah. About to get into the subway. I'll get back once I get home. Alright. Safe travels, Alfred. How do we feel about Jack Jilling? Who? W innuendo. Well, yeah, it's like Jack and Jill, but also, like, what is Jack Jilling? So finally the combat system opens up a little bit. We got the zapper. Jack from Jack Off. The femme version of jacking off. Jilling it. That's what that is? I've never heard that. I've never heard jilling off. If I have, then I don't remember it. Old slang term. Jacking is clearly superior. Ender, what is your response to this comment? Fucking screaming bloody murder. This game reminds me of Bulletstorm. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Take that. Boom, boom, da 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 da, and boom, 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 boom. I was trying to do the pull, but I keep fucking up the input. Bump. Then you can pull him right back. Good, but get it on discount. Yeah. No, I'd agree. This game's got some pretty great stuff under the hood, but yeah, it could have used some more polish. Polish that it'll never get because, like, post-launch support, I believe, is just about over. Which is a shame. I really would have liked some quality of life updates and bug fixes. He's gonna tear him a new asshole. I was not aware that you could just shoot those boxes, actually. I've been only going up to them and punching them. I mean, like, you still have to go up to them to collect the gold inside. But, wow. Yeah, Bulletstorm got the Duke Nukem DLC, but it feels so tacked on and weird that I own it, and I have not played it because I'm just like, I got it for free, and I'm like, I don't really want to play it because it's just like, why is this in here? Boom, bada boom, boom. Whoops, I dropped an input. Bom, 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 boom, boom, da, da. Huh, 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 huh. Done. John St. John has just a wonderful voice. Like, I've been told that my yeah, this game does have actual moves. I've been told that my voice isn't terrible, and I'm sure it's not to anybody else, but I hate my voice. Maybe it's because I have to deal with it all the time. But yeah, I wish I could have John St. John's voice, or the voice of that fellow from Pentatonics, you know, the bassy guy, or like Jonathan Young's voice, or Jeremy Irons. There's another good one. Very comfy voice. Never heard it described like that, but I appreciate it. But yeah, I wish I had a different one. And yeah, this game does have actual moves. It's got better stuff. It's what I was saying at the beginning of the stream was that I wish that it opened up a little bit faster. Because once you get all your tools, this game is extremely engaging. There is a New Game Plus, yeah. I was going to play a New Game Plus initially whenever I started the stream, but then I decided to play New Game to see how fast I could get to the more enjoyable parts, just, you know, for my own amusement. Boom, you see that? Boom, 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 bum, 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 bam. Die. I'm gonna cannonball you. Whoop. Nope. I pushed the other guy off. Love this game, warts and all. It's so stupid. Eco style. Hell yeah. Whenever you have so little moves to focus on, so little things to balance, then it's easier to focus on using your environment to your advantage. You know? Instead of thinking about, I want a back chalky HG double fart cancel, you're just like, I've got an uppercut and a cannonball move, so I'm going to do both of those things and throw them at that stack of dynamite. But yeah, the zapper, which allows me to teleport and pull them with electricity and stuff and stun them, that is the bread and butter of this game's combat system. It's not like it takes a while to be introduced. I mean, I haven't even been streaming for an hour and I already got it. But even still, I feel like the game is shooting itself in the foot a little bit by not introducing this kind of stuff sooner. Go ahead and grab that. Oh, there's more. I didn't block effectively. Whoop. Whoop. Put it up. Up. Stop spamming fucking bloodborne attacks. I hate it. Do that. Bam. Bam. Come here. Ooh, yeah. I had a similar experience replaying the game Yakuza 3. And I realized all your core tools are a little over an hour into the game. That's where I came from. I'm trying to find any other secrets, but I know I'm going to miss, like, exactly one money pile somewhere. Ow. Yeah, my hands have not gotten much better, unfortunately. This game gives me hope because of how out there it is. Yeah, no, like... I do wholeheartedly recommend this game. It's a blast from the past in the best way, you know? There's no open world, tacked on RPG element system, you know? There's no story that's trying to pretend to be something it's not. It's very simple. It's a simple pleasure. Okay. Ow. There we go. I meant to do that and then teleport to him, but sometimes the game glitches out. Do this, interrupt him, punch him, do that, bam, stun, knock him up in the air, block. Knock him into that. I'm trying to shoot this motherfucker. It's always the zoners in these games. That's not who I meant to... There we go. Where's the other one? This guy wants my attention so bad. Not to say that the whole PS3 360 gen was beans, but so much derivative gaming. Every game was a brown palette cinematic cover shoot. Yeah. They had to ape the success of Gears of War. The bro shooter. Which Gears of War is very good, but we didn't want every game to be Gears of War, and they didn't get the memo until the generation was basically over. There are lots of places where this game is railroaded in really weird ways. So to get through here, you would think that I would go through this opening that the enemies created, but no, you actually can't. You have to go over here to the glowing set of chains. It's like, why? This game is at its most fun when you just try not to pay attention to shit like that, because you'll find it everywhere if you look hard enough, and it's... Oh. Yeah, art styles are basically non-existent in favor of trying to chase realistic visuals. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on here. Why were they standing still? Why weren't they attacking until I... Okay. Do that. Bum, bum, bum. Fuck off. Bam. Ba-da-da-da-da. Quake punch. I still got hit though because I suck. And then of course it has the folly of almost every single action game where there's one fucking asshole to the side chucking shit at you. You have to stop all flow of combat. And you gotta just go deal with him, because otherwise you're just gonna get fucked up. I'm really glad that Jesse is immune to splash damage somehow. Have you played the Batman games? A lot of these. Yeah, no, like the way you get locked into the animations. Yes, I have played. I've played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I haven't played whatever ones come after that. You like those? Yeah, I like them well enough. They're not my cup of tea nowadays. I liked them a lot more when I was younger. If you're going to replay them, I'd recommend replaying them not expecting them to be anywhere near as deep as some of the action games that you and I play often. You know? If you lower your expectations a little bit and then instead try to focus on the other things that they do correctly, you'll find yourself enjoying a lot more games. Even after the DMC curse. I'm gonna do this. Boom. Whoop. Quake punch. Boom. Ow. I tried to perfect block that even though I don't need to. Ugh. My ass was getting sore. I'm right here. That's good. It's a good attitude to have. Also, this one, the shielded enemy. He is the most troublesome enemy in the entire game, and they introduce him pretty early. You might be thinking, what makes him so troublesome? Well, it's the shield. It's because not only is it really difficult to break apart, you have to spend a while on it, but also, if you ignore him, if you just take your time to thin out whatever herds are accompanying him, because from now on, of course, he's got a room full of mooks chucking shit at you along with him. If you focus on anybody else, he can use his shield to throw projectiles. And later in the game, you unlock a projectile block that allows you to block projectiles, which is great. The only ones that you can't block are his. Yeah, he basically invalidates half your kit, which is the big problem I have with him. See that? The second I took my eyes off him, he did the shockwave. He is the fucking worst. Kind of, Yuma. Like, bullets aren't necessarily all that much weaker. It's just that you have to reload, and it's overall not as fast. And also, whenever you punch, you build up your ability to heal, and you build up energy for the gauntlet, which allows you to do things like the Quake Punch and later the Supercharge. Is there anything else over here? But yeah, the shielded enemies invalidate half your kit immediately. And they're in many of the conflicts. Absolute pain in the ass. Yeah, here's another really weird railroady thing. If you see enemies off in the distance that like are clearly rendered and they're even if they're rendered in fucking 15 frames per second. If you try to shoot them, this barrier will appear. See? Why didn't you just have the bullet go through them? Why do they have to... Why do they have to be perfectly protected? I mean, the bullet going through them also sucks, but... Like... Why a barrier? Why are these lesser enemies suddenly fucking invulnerable? Boom, boom. Bam, bam. Alright. Forgot that he could do that. Do. Bam. Make sure he's staggered in the dynamite, and then he dies. You go over there. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Bam. 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 Nope. We're gonna fight till our last breath. There we go. You have to wait for a cinematic, and then this introduces you to the supercharge, which is basically just your God of War and God of War Ragnarok, Spartan Rage, press the two sticks together and kill everything in the room kind of move. It has no real depth to it, but, you know. I'm skipping the story because I've seen it quite a few times by now. So if you're interested in the story, then, you know, pick up the game for yourself or watch a synopsis. It's not a bad story at all. I just don't really care. I'm here for the gameplay right now. One thing that's a bit exhausting about playing it is the fact that attack is mapped to the R1 button, which means that you end up straining your hand a little bit when you have to mash it constantly. Do that. And we will save our money. What's really cool is that you can respec all these upgrades too, at almost any point in the game. Can you tell that this was inspired by God of War 2018? Even from the way he fucking opens chests, where he punches into it. You will never outlast that game's effects. Both fortunately and unfortunately. Because it brought a lot of good things to the table, and it also sullied people's understanding of action games to a degree. Or at the very least, it lowered their standards of quality. Everything surrounding this rather simplistic combat system is really, really nice. That must mean the combat's good, too. Which, the combat's good, but, like, it's not great. Has a lot of issues. Suffers from the fact that it's tied to a third-person shooter control scheme. But Jack, so is Evil West. Evil West is a third-person shooter, too. So I'm giving it a bit of a pass. You see that? I pulled out the gun and then just immediately... Ba-da-da-da-da. Boom, you're dead. 2 and 3 have more stuff to them. 2 and 3. Are you talking about the original God of Wars? I was talking about 2018 Ragnarok. It absolutely did. It did ditch its OG style. I would love to see... OG God of Wars have more than God of War 4. Yeah, okay. I would love to see a modern AAA God of War 3 style action blockbuster game. That would be fucking insane. Could you imagine with today's production values and the amount of money that Sony... was it Sony Santa Monica? With the amount of money that they've been given to make these games, holy fuck. That would be absolutely nuts. I'm gonna do that. My feet are cold. No, I've got socks on. It's just that the insulation in this room isn't the best, and so like the floor and the lower parts of the room are pretty cold. The rest of it, like, you know, up here is nice, but yeah. All the more reason I can't wait to get slippers or, like, footy socks or whatever. Sections like these I can't wait for games to leave behind. Oh yeah, the forced interact with the contextual climb on, jump over, climb down, jump down, zip line, do the thing. I know exactly what you mean. Woo! Here, go ahead and get get killed by your friend's rocks. Ow. I hope this guy isn't too offended by me just fucking ignoring him this entire time. Bullshit. Did you see that? I was set up. Fuck you guys. Yeah, they do. Western games are full of that shit. Finders keepers. Just a moment. My God. Like, I know that everybody's got to make their money somehow, right? But I see it every time I post an announcement on Twitter for, like, a stream. I'll get a like from somebody I do not know and have never seen before. And then I read their bio, and then it's like VFX artist, and I'm like, I know what comes next. It's like, do you need a commission? And I'm like, I appreciate it, but I'm good. Believe me, if I had the money to be paying artists, I would be using it to do that kind of thing, but I do not. So I make my own shit instead for the most part. Not to say non-Western games don't. This is like fascination with cinematic. Oh yeah, well that's because gaming as a whole has still not entirely passed that phase where it's embarrassed to be gaming. Instead it wants to be movies because movies is a more respected and legitimate art medium. It's such an adolescent thing, you know? Like it's sad because games themselves are just as valid a form of art as film, you know, and yet they want to ape the trappings of film because they're like, well, that way people will respect me, and sadly that kind of works. Just look at the success of God of War. Yeah, the games aren't art mentality is just peddled by people who are obsessed with looking grown up, and the people who are obsessed with looking grown up are usually the most immature people you can meet. I think J.R.R. Tolkien said something akin to that, where he was like, when I grew up, I cast aside childish things, including the desire to want to appear grown up. And I'm just like, good man, kind man, absolute lad, good job. David Cage can suck my left nut. Yeah, I've never played any of David Cage's video games in heavy air quotes. But I've seen footage, and from what I've seen, I'm just like, wow, that's definitely not up my alley, and I'm not sure how it's up anybody else's, frankly. But I don't know, some people seem to like it. You know, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, or whatever. Did he say games aren't meant to be fun? He didn't say that, did he? He better not have fucking said that. I doubt that he did. That sounds too stupid. He did? Whoa. A citation needed. There is no way somebody can be that willfully ignorant about an art medium that they have control over. He's a game director. That reminds me of the fucking line from the God of War 2018 pre-release interview where he was like, we took out jumping. It's fun, but does it tell the story? And I was it's like, what the fuck do you mean? Are you insane? He's jumping in the cuts. Who cares? Don't forget that he's a failed filmmaker, if I recall correct. Oh, right. So he's bringing his grievances from one medium to another. Movies aren't supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to like them. That's how you know that my shit is cinema, because it's ass. What? Oh. You fucking insane? Oh my fucking god, dude. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. No. Uppercut. Hero punch. Bam. Shotgun to interrupt. Bam, bam. Sit down. Bum, 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 bum. Uppercut. Quake punch. Bam. The weak points. Quake punch again. I'm gonna kill this fucking ad first. Hang on. You. And you too. Come here. No good fight is complete without ads. To be fair, though, it's supposed to be like a group fight, and this is now a semi-common enemy, so it gets a bit more of a pass. It's balanced to be a semi-common enemy now instead of a boss. Bam! Boom! 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 Block! Electrocution! Weak point! Bam! Bam! Sit down! Bam! Quake punch! Hero punch! Bam! Block! Boom! Boom! Hero punch! Bam! Sit down! Love it. I forgot you were there. You just die. Thank you. Boss fights with ads can suck my left nut. Really not a fan of those. Because it shows that they lacked confidence in the design of their boss fight. We gotta make up for the fact that it's easy as shit. Oh, I know. Definitely gonna get that one. That's a really good upgrade. Grab this. Now keep in mind that I still suck at video games, so imagine what somebody who's good at video games could do with all of the tools in this combat system. Not just the ones that you've seen. Boss fights with ads are bosses that run off after you hit them till you go. Yep. Oh, man. There is no way to make me hate your game faster than to cheat me with some other dudes chucking shit at me while I'm trying to fight the real boss that you programmed. Was it? Hang on, Newman. Was that a question though? What's worse, boss fights with ads or bosses that run off after you? Because like, the second one is still a boss with ads. Like you know, you have to kill the ads to get to them, which I think is actually worse. But they're both awful, and I dislike both of them. Action games are built action games like this especially are built around group fights, which. If there are group fights with guys chucking shit at you, but you can see them and deal with them if you're smart enough, then it's not really that much of a problem. The problem comes in games like Evil West and God of War when a lot of the ads and smaller enemies chuck shit and your camera is limited to what's directly in front of you because they really wanted to zoom in so you could see Kratos' fucking pores. It's really important that you see the sweat bead on the back of his neck as he gets his ass beat from off screen. Ugh. Oh my god, did you see that? This game is held together by duct tape and clown jizz. Get a landscape view. Enemies don't fuck with you if you can't see them by design. Now, there's a reduced aggro system in this game where if you're not looking at an enemy, you know, they usually don't fuck with you as much. They still will to a degree, but, like, you know, their aggro is reduced. That is not so with the shield enemies. And they're, like, the only enemies that don't follow this principle, and they're the one enemy you would want to follow this fucking principle. Fuck off. Bam. I'm trying to kill the bigger threat. Stop. Stop. No, it has those arrows, just like it does in God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. But it's still a pain in the ass because of the difference of interpretation of these cues that they're giving to the player. On the one hand, when you're looking directly at an enemy and they're about to attack, you're like, okay, so I see how they're moving, I see the speed at which they're moving, I see, I see their intention in the attack, I see the cue for whether or not I can kick them to interrupt them, whether I can block it. On the other hand, you've got the traffic cone interpretation, which is the arrows, where it's just like, it's yellow, they're looking at you. It's red, they're probably going to attack. We're not going to tell you when, though. And that could also just be a projectile attack, too. And it's... like, Evil West is better than God of War when it comes to the camera. Like, the camera is much more warranted. It doesn't mean it solved the problem entirely. This does have an FOV slider, though, so it has that over God of War. And ranged attacks aren't accounted for, yeah. And to be fair to God of War, in 2018 Ragnarok, ranged attacks are kind of accounted for. They're like purple, but they don't tell you when an attack is actually getting close to you. You know? They just tell you that an attack has happened. But you don't know which enemy's throwing the projectile, how fast they're throwing it. You don't know how many there are. It's just like, yep, that's happening. I hope that you're ready. And it's such a fucking pain in the ass because what makes it so hard to deal with is the fact that there are so many enemies that throw shit. With God of War, there are way too many fucking enemies that throw shit at you. Like, if they halved the amount of enemies, it would still be too much. They didn't achieve a balance with that. It ends up feeling like death by 1,000 cuts. It's made doubly more insulting by the fact that you throwing shit isn't as powerful as them throwing shit. What I mean by that is, because of the RPG stats that they added, a lot of the time you can throw your magic axe at somebody's forehead and then it'll just bounce right off and then they'll be like, ow, dude. And then they'll keep attacking. They won't stagger. They won't do anything. You took the time out of your day to look at them and throw your melee weapon. And then they're just like, I don't care if fucking the God of War just threw an axe at me. I'm just like, ow, dude. That was rude. Ugh. Combat design was always obnoxious, even in older God of Wars. Oh, yeah. No, like, it had its problems in the older games, but being able to see the enemies was never really the problem, at least in my experience. Yeah, poorly implemented RPG. That's right. Where's my armor system, baby? Let me tank damage because I grinded. There is a satisfaction to building a character like that, but the thing is, God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, they're not RPGs. They're action games with RPG mechanics. It's not like Fallout or something where you took all this time to build up your character and explore extra areas to find this extra stuff, and that's why you have the edge, and it feels earned, and it feels like something you personally did. No, like, it feels like you're trying to circumvent the action game mechanics by just destroying them with numbers, because that's essentially what you're having to do. It's... I don't like it, you know? It's not like it's the worst implementation of that I've ever seen. Far from it. It obviously works well enough, but I just do not like it. I think it's a very poor fit for God of War. Those games were very ambitious, and as a result, they had some issues, and that's one of them. Seeing enemies usually not an issue, except Sirens in God of War 1, I think. Seeing enemies not being an issue being like the original games you're talking about, or in 2018 and Ragnarok, because I would disagree about 2018 and Ragnarok. I think that's an issue most of the time to see them properly. Okay, yeah. That's one of my biggest problems with God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. Do you see how many people are already chucking shit? So what keeps happening there when I'm trying to fan the hammer and then take out the rifle and aim, I'm taking out the rifle, aiming, and then pressing the fire button, but here. It's doing it now because I'm trying to show you. So I'll do... See that? If you go from doing this or like fanning the hammer and then try to aim and press fire really quickly, it'll eat your input. If you already have the rifle in hand like this, it'll do it just as quickly as you can. But, like that, it relies on the speed of the animation itself. That gives me great pain. That that design decision pushes me down the stairs and bonks me on the head. Cuts me up all over my body. Robs me in broad daylight. Little stuff like that I wish would have been ironed out, but it never will be. Because the game is definitely not going to get any more support. And it's also not going to get a sequel, which really sucks because there's so much to improve on here, and there's so much potential. Because the world is really cool, and the character designs are really cool. And the combat is really fun, even if it doesn't look like it right now. You see right then when I just pointed my gun at him menacingly? That was me trying to shoot him. Video games. There! It fucking worked. I can't believe it. Stop shooting shit at me! Please! See, at the very least, Evil West has a solution over God of War 2018 and Ragnarok in that regard, which is that you can, you know, shoot them with a gun, and that typically does a good job for you. It's one thing to be blindsided by an attack. Another one, every attack is 120 frames. Sure. Yeah. A lot of attacks can be canceled in Evil West, thankfully. So, like, this is me rearing back to punch, you know, there's the punch, like that. And then I could just... You know, quick step is nice. But, yeah, like, to compensate for just how irritating it can be to be brigaded on all sides by projectiles, they also have the exact same dodge system from God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, which is you can quick dash, and then if you mash the button, you roll. They knew. they were like, what the fuck would... What the fuck am I looking at? Are you seeing this? What? Dude, I am trying to sing your praises here and there. I'm trying to say that you're a lot of fun and you're really cool. Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Oh, you know, I think they were right. Actually, video games are kind of stupid. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Now, I'm seeing it everywhere now. Look. Why? What is causing this? What the fuck is this perspective? What the fuck is happening? Moving on. We're just going to pretend we didn't see it. Met that thing I said earlier, God Hand is a game. We do have Omni cancels that work on all times, but the game is still insanely hard. Yeah. No, I really want to play God Hand at some point. I know for a fact that it's going to kick the shit out of me and embarrass me, but I really want to play it anyways because it looks really fun. Guess we've been streaming for about an hour and a half, so a reminder that I have social media links in one of the corners of the screen. I can't see it because performance mode is on. And also coffee, bottom left corner, if you ever feel like donating. We still have that donation goal to reach before Christmas, which makes it like, you know, if the donation goal is reached, I'll do a 24-hour stream at some point. Which is... yeah, that's gonna fucking suck. But also it'll be fun, you know? So, yeah, if that's reached before Christmas Day, that's pretty cool. Obviously, nobody's obligated to donate or subscribe. Content's still free. I'm still going to be streaming regardless. And you're still welcome to watch me stream regardless. Obviously. I still feel the need to say that because I don't like e-begging or the equivalent of it. And so I'm going to make it known that nobody should feel like they have to. I will live if nobody donates to me on coffee for playing a video game. I will live. So, support is appreciated regardless, even if it's just you watching. Having somebody to talk to keep me from going insane when I notice things like snow appearing and disappearing from my periphery. The yuck is a 24-hour stream. Oh, God. Oh. That'll be painful if it happens. Can't pay. Oh, don't worry about it, Yuma. Like I said, you know, nobody's obligated to support, and like you watching is support enough. I just, you know, I've been told that I should do that every like hour and a half. I should remind people, I guess. I guess that's supposed to help with engagement and all that. I've never been great at that. It always feels like begging, and I'm like, I don't like that. Donation incentive should be 30 minutes of Sonic frame rate tears. Ugh. 8,000 hour stream of playing DMC2. If I played DMC2 for 8,000 hours, I think by then I'd be forced to appreciate it. I think by then it would successfully gaslight me into thinking that it's an okay game. Stop. Get over there. Stop. Bong, bong, bong. Quake punch to offset and falter. Stop throwing shit. Throw you into that. Easy enough. Ow! Okay. Calls to action apparently do in fact work. Yeah, no, that's what I've been told. Saw in a meta YouTube video once. Apparently the like, subscribe shit does actually work. Yeah, well, like, begging people to like and subscribe, you know, like, even if it does work, I don't really want to do it. What I'll do instead, whenever I start churning out content regularly on YouTube, is I'll say that you can like and subscribe at the very end of the video instead of saying it at the beginning where it's apparently most effective. Because if you say it at the beginning, it's like this person that you're saying this to potentially hasn't seen any of your content. Why are you insisting that they follow you if they don't even know if they like your content yet? It just comes off as just desperate. That happens a lot whenever I'm looking up like tutorial videos for certain things. If I just need to figure out how to do this sort of effect in Vegas or whatever, and then like I look that up, and then instead of actually subscribing to this dude, I never will, because the very start of the video of me trying to find this helpful tip is him being like, don't forget to smash that fucking subscribe button. And I'm like, I don't know you. Why would I do that? I haven't even seen your video yet. You haven't helped me yet. The first part of this transaction has not occurred. Awful fucking presumptuous. Don't forget to give me all your money. You're assuming a lot here. I need to stop eating things that are bad for my teeth. But I don't know that I ever will. What you can do is see where the average drop-off point for your videos are and ask them. Rarely do people watch through the whole thing. I guess I could. But I feel like the average drop-off point can change pretty drastically, especially with the kind of content that I want to make. Because I'm not going to be making regimented, like, consistently structured stuff. It's going to be a little bit... Are we going to kiss now, Virgil? Yeah. It's going to be pretty scattershot. There's going to be a lot of rambling, a lot of ranting. And while there's structure to the arguments themselves that I'll be making a lot of different kinds of arguments. There won't always be like a 3-act structure to the cringe that I post. Thank you for clicking on my video. Please kiss my kiss my dad if you I'm a truth seeker. I seek the truth. And if I have to kiss your dad to get to it, hell, I'll kiss you too. Where's your dad? Fucking hell, why'd you remind me of that bit? Maybe one of you in the audience gets the reference, the dad kissing truth seekers bit from Game Grumps. Oh, God. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw the landscape jiggling, but that was truly ugly. Oh, hell yeah. I love seeing the formation of snow change. Right over here. Look at that. Fuck yeah, that's quality. God damn, dude. What the hell is wrong with this game? Yeah, I love it too. Thank you. Like, it's so fucking funny. And I hear almost nobody talking about it. And I feel insane because I'm like the only one in my friend circle who laughs at it. I'm glad it did. Remembering it put a smile on my face too. So fucking stupid. Like, I think what's funny about those bits in particular is that they always come when both Dan and Aaron are at their most exhausted. So you can tell that this is like the last thing that they thought of. And they're only laughing at it and continuing the joke because they're fucking tired. They don't really. Like, it's genuinely funny to them because their brains aren't working properly. And then it becomes funny to the audience as a result. Good job, dumbass. Yeah. Fucking crow voice. Yeah. My brain stopped working for a second, but yeah. What the fuck is... Is that supposed to be a light bulb? It is. Don't you know, Jack? That's one of those dodecahedron light bulbs. You never heard of those? Right. My fault. This fucking game. No, don't attack me when I'm unawares. Ah. Help. Boom. Quake punch. Bam. 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 Oh. Feet are a little bit warmer now, so that's good. SR! Subscribe to Tier 1! My man, it's good to see you. Thank you for the subscription. Using mobile hotspot? I see. We got us a Wi-Fi warrior. The equivalent of one for streaming, I guess. Bam, 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 bam. Hero punch, bam. Whoa, shit. I love that when you teleport to them, they get stunned. So you can do just Electrickster, and then they're just like, ah! Using this opportunity to kill all the zoners. No, not you. You. See what I mean? You ignore the shield guy, and then he immediately shoots out the one projectile that you cannot parry. Boom, splash damage. Stop. Stop doing the thing you're doing. When you're by yourself, you're fucking pathetic. It's not certain how long I could stay on this. A technician is coming tomorrow morning to take a look at the equipment, so I'll have to call into the meetings in the morning using this hotspot. I see. Well, for however long we can have you, it's nice to have you, man. Let's see. There we go. That's a spicy one. The downside to living in the middle of nowhere in the U.S. I feel it, man. There is no way that I'm ever going to get fiber optic at this house just because of where we live. Unless they just, like, change their entire wiring infrastructure nearby. A man can dream. Yeah, we'll do that. I have fiber optic and it's still shit. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Oh. If you take anything from this stream, SR, you should play Evil West whenever you're able to rent it or get it on sale for like half off. It's very fun. It's very good. Very glitchy. Unpolished. But there's a really good experience under there. Oh, God. Oh, I think I just showed my age. Rented, yeah. There aren't really any game rental services anymore, aren't there? Gamefly's still a thing, right? It has to be. Hang on. Are you about to make me feel really fucking old, Yuma? Don't do this to me. Ugh, God, hang on. You can't do this to me. You know how much I've sacrificed? I can't do a Willem Dafoe impression. Gamefly's still a thing. Yeah, everybody can fuck off. I'm not that old. I recall you streaming this last time. I got on a JRPG. Jerpiga? Is that what you're trying to say? Or is this like a JRPG joke about the pronunciation? Fun to play through, because that's my comfort genre outside of DMC. Jerpka. Eh. It's amazing to me that one of your comfort genres is DMC. The game that is known to make people very, very, very stressed. Alright, good fight. Some of the fights in this. It's really funny that they have a character named Virgil in this, and he's a total wiener. he's a bookworm, nerd, coward type. Oh, missed my cue. Get the fuck down. Fucking jump. Jump. Stop. Ugh, I had to scratch my head. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, he knocked my aim out. 2 mana 3. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody freeze. Alright, you and me, big boy. Whoop. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom, into cannonball, into hero punch, into shoot the TNT because he backed up into it like a fucking idiot. Into heal for iframes. Bam, bam, bam. Block. Boom, boom, boom. Hero punch. Bam. Block. Electrocution. Bam. Shotgun. Hero punch. Block. Bam. Quake punch. Quick shot. Another quake punch. I was gonna quick shot, but it ate my fucking input. Shot. 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 Bam. Bam. Fuck off, ads. There we go. Ugh. It ate my fucking input. Stop. Have I tried this game on keyboard and mouse? Not yet. My hands might not let me do that. It's one of the reasons I haven't revisited any of the Boomer shooters for Boomer Shooter Wednesday. I'm kind of afraid of looking like a fool because my left hand doesn't work properly right now. I'm fine as long as that big ugly thing is gone for good. I like to imagine Virgil from DMC5, but with this guy's voice actor. Would I have your life and you mine? Would our fates be different? The nerd emoji. If you want it, then you'll have to take it. You can boom shoot on control. With some of the boomer shooters, some of them require more precise controls, like Blood, for example, or Duke Nukem, or Shadow Warrior, which I plan on trying at some point. I wanted to continue Forgive Me, Father at one point. I wanted to try out Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun. But all of them require more precision, and that is something that I do not currently have access to. Because my hands hurt from playing this. Yeah, Dan Southworth is a nasally speak. He sounds badass when he does it, though, somehow. It's like the only character in the history of fiction to have a nasally voice who also sounds badass, you know? I can play stuff like Doom 64 and whatever on controller, but for the others to get the good experience, I would have to play on keyboard and mouse, and I don't know, I'm a bit afraid to do that at the moment. Will I have your life and you mine? So now I've got access to the supercharge mode whenever I want to use it. Which, it is exactly as shallow as it looks. You press attack and then you teleport to them and attack them. That is it. The most you can do to increase the depth is you can make it to where the transformation period gives off this like shockwave effect that damages enemies. It's mostly just a get the fuck off me tool, or it's a deal damage fast to a giant enemy tool. Both of which can be very useful. You know, it's very useful, it's just, you know, it feels more like a resource management thing, like, what's the best? I was gonna say DMC1's DT, where it's something that you really rely on, you know, but I think DMC1's DT has more depth than that, so yeah. Hope your hand feels better. Thanks. It's both of them, but mostly my left. I also hope that it feels better eventually. Ugh. I just got a notification that says VTubing in Streamlabs desktop just got better. Holy shit! Maybe I should be a VTuber. No, I'm kidding. No thanks. Jory Calliope. Or is it Calliope or is it Calliope? Oh no, please don't. Woo! Okay. When will there be a style player VTuber? There was at one point. I think I still follow them on Twitter, but I haven't seen them post anything in like a year. I don't need a Yeezus, Fapanesus, MK4. I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah, I don't need that either, actually. I agree with you. I can't be a style player VTuber because people already know what I look like. And also my hands don't work. Oh, so now that you're here, SR, Ender, what game announcements are you looking forward to for the Game Awards tomorrow? Just have the VTuber be a likeness of yourself. Well, I mean, that would be the world's first ugly VTuber. No, no, I'm kidding. No, but back to the question that I had. What are you guys looking forward to most? Ender, SR, anybody else who wants to pipe up that hasn't spoken yet? Infinite wealth, most anticipated game. He'll sell infinitillion dollars. Fair. More info on Dragon's Dogma 2. Okay. I think I know the answer to this question, but is anybody in chat looking forward to The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered? No. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm gonna surprise everybody. I am. I'm genuinely looking forward to it because I can finally play the game in 60 FPS. Not sure if it's the right venue, but I'm hoping to hear more about the Stardew update. You know, that's actually possible, getting a trailer for the big Stardew Valley patch, because it was supposed to be just a small update with some like balance patches and stuff, and then it ballooned into something way bigger to the point where he's adding like a new festival and shit. So it's actually possible. That'd be really cool. Because Concerned Ape definitely has the clout to make it onto TGA. That would be announcement of the decade. Hell yeah. It would be something guaranteed good from TGA instead of just mostly like, get ready for God of War Ragnarok 2, but this time there's no Kratos, it's just Atreus, because we've just wanted to make the Atreus game the whole time, and we've really, really tried to show it. we fucking hate Kratos. Atreus game, but it's as a kid and he only has his lame ass bow. Dude, Atreus as an adolescent in God of War Ragnarok was still not very fun to play. So, like, I'm just like, please don't let them cook. I do not... Also, did you see how the flamethrower was just floating above the ground there? Please do not let them cook. I do not want to play as Atreus. Oh wow, they died fast. Tomb Raider 2013 mode. I never did play the new Tomb Raider games, or the old ones, so I can't really give an opinion on whether or not that's a fair comparison. But I'm gonna believe you, and say, haha, same. That's basically the same as doing research, right? Resident Evil 89 and Monster Hunter 3000. Ugh. I would like to see a reveal of Resident Evil 5 remake, but that won't happen. I'm mostly curious on how the fuck they're going to reckon with that crazy, silly-ass game. It was already hard enough for them to make Resident Evil 4 realistic, and even then, some people just hated the new Resident Evil 4. So I can't imagine what they're going to do with 5. It's going to be really funny. Also, I'm interested to see how they adapt the gameplay of Resident Evil 5. Because Resident Evil 5 is, even though it's dumb as shit, it's also really, really fun, especially as a co-op shooter. So, there's potential. As for Monster Hunter, I haven't been into Monster Hunter since World, and it's not like I dislike it, it's just, I fell out of it hard. Ow. I wasn't able to get the flamethrower out in time. Bam, bam, shut up. Bam, bam, hero punch. Bam, bam, shut up. Oh, he didn't get interrupted by a full shotgun to the face. Thank you, video game. Very cool. Bam, bam, boom, supercharge. Does this game have DMC5itis where your attacks eventually start nuking enemies? Yes. It has a really weird form of difficulty progression. There's a really... There is a correct way to play it when it comes to the difficulty selection. So, doing your first run on normal mode is the best way to do it. On hard mode, you're not going to know enough about the mechanics, and you're not going to be used to the enemy designs enough to where it'll be a fun experience. Instead, it'll be frustrating. It'll feel like you're beating your head against a wall. And story difficulty obviously poses no challenge. It even says so in the description. So the best way to do it is to do the first run on normal mode, and then by the end of it, you're just fucking nuking most things. And then do New Game Plus on evil difficulty. Do not do it on hard. You will just still nuke everything. It doesn't matter. So do it on evil, and then you'll get probably the best experience that you can get from the game. Damage sliders or refundable damage upgrades should be a standard. I agree. I'm kind of surprised with the hate for RE4 Remake. I never beat it because it didn't grip me the same way, but to outright say it was awful is... Oh, it's more than a little odd. I think it's just straight up stupid and intellectually dishonest. It wasn't as fond of the art style in the game. Hyper-realistic graphics didn't lend itself to the courting lines. That's a fair take. For people saying that it's just, like, dog shit because they just really like the original more, kick rocks. Discrediting the amount of effort that all those people put into it, and discrediting what are some objectively great changes in a product that is pretty feature-rich, well-realized, polished, very fun, and pretty faithful to the source material, doing its absolute best to strike a balance between 2 Remake and 3 Remake, and doing a pretty good job of it. Like, to call that dog shit is just... Like, I get doing that out of anger, but then people still maintain that perspective even long after the anger has subsided, and I'm just like, did you play it? And if so, what the fuck kind of games do you like? But yeah. Well, other than the original Resident Evil 4. But yeah. Stop putting useful moves behind damage upgrades. I agree. I have access to Remake 4, but PC too poopy. Unfortunate. It's also considerably more effort into a Resi Remake than 2 or 3. I think it's more effort than 2 or 3, but I don't think it's necessarily better than 2. I think that they both have their strengths that kind of like balance each other out if you're doing 2 Remake versus 4 Remake. I do think that 3 Remake sucks. Like, I think that game is really bad. But yeah. They have an interesting dichotomy, 2 Remake and 4 Remake. Now I'm mostly curious how RE5R is going to play out if they make... Yeah, same here. I'm also looking forward to all of the fights about whether or not it's dog shit because it doesn't have the boulder punch scene or whatever. Also, hello, Ligma. Never heard of that game before, SR. Then again, I do live under a rock inside a house, so mostly my fault. Good, don't play it. I sure do love these very small environmental interaction puzzles that that just take a while on repeat playthroughs and aren't very interesting. Sure do love those. Forced gameplay variety. I know, I love it. It's telling a story, you see. Get the fuck down. Stop. I hope they have an automated platforming. Oh, absolutely. There will be like at least 20 more of those. I like that Ari can get both remakes, completely new games. Meanwhile, as DMC fans are starving. Yeah, I will amend my statement about looking forward to RE5 Remake. I would gladly shelve that for 15 years if it meant that I could see a new DMC game. For fuck's sake. Please, we are starving. We get to eat once every 10 years. It's awful. I agree, Destiny. The Netflix one looked pretty good. POC will be the death of the franchise. God, I fucking hope not. Talk about ending on a fart. A really malicious, cash-grabby fart. It's really funny to me that Madhouse DMC anime was not so great, because I'm looking at some of Madhouse's output nowadays, like Freerun, for example. I keep seeing previews for that, and I'm like, this looks so good. What happened? I haven't seen Freerun at Journey's End, or Beyond Journey's End, or whatever it's called, but it looks really, really good. It's a new anime. If somebody has seen it, please let me know if it's worth the time. You've been tempted to watch it? Yeah. When people realize this shit sucks dick, it'll kill corporate interests because the most money-driven platform, that being Gacha, failed. Oh, fuck. I only consume Kino trash. You've come to the right place. I'm playing Evil West at the end of 2023. I don't even remember when this game came out, but it was long ago enough to where I know that nobody remembers it except me. But Jack, it was only like a year ago. Yeah, did I stutter? I'm like the only person who remembers this game, except for maybe Flying Wild Hog themselves. Catch-22. If POC succeeds, they'll just keep it running. And if it fails, DMC dies. I'd rather DMC die. I do not want that disgusting parasitic shit to be the face of the franchise. I don't care who Capcom sends, I am not buying gotchas. Like, it's not happening. They're not going to make fetch happen. I refuse to let it happen. Studio Madhouse did fucking One Punch Man. Yeah, I know. No, like the first season of One Punch Man? Fucking crazy. I don't get how the anime was mostly well-drawn static images, and anytime action happened, Dante shot his guns 4 times and the camera cut away. Yeah. There's a reason I don't revisit the DMC anime a lot. Hell yeah. Solidarity, SR. We are brothers after all. That's a DMC reference, but... Wait, what the fuck? Look at... Why? Guys! Stop it! Oh. I am trying I'm trying to show this game off. To be like, this game's really fun. You guys should try it out. And it keeps, like, taking a shit in my mouth. Stop it. The least evil part of the West, yeah. Oh, God. Alright, whatever. We're going. I don't care. Nothing matters. Those damn leeches. Madhouse did Hunter x Hunter. Speaking of which, I really wish that would come back. I miss it. I loved the anime. I want to see more. It's war crime time. Hunter x Hunter? I actually don't know. I don't know why it's called that. I think like the Hunter license itself has an X on it. That's all I really know. Well, by that logic, wouldn't Spy Family be Spy versus Family? When he's trying to cultivate a family. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those really cool naming conventions like XX fucking Noob Destroyer 6000. Excuse me. That's one fun little trick to use on the guys that self-destruct. You can just trickster up to them and then stare at them while they do that. Ah! No! No! Playing fucking Time Crisis right now. The X is their way of tracking its location. That's a Kingdom Hearts joke. It's pretty highbrow. The X means Kai. It can also be pronounced key, but the meaning is the same. I miss Leonard Nimoy. May he rest in peace. He thought X was cool. Alright, we're going to do a challenge for this boss fight. We're going to try not to kill any minions. Alright, you ready? Ow. Ooh. Jesus. There are like 2 frames between him reeling up and him attacking. Minions 2, The Rise of Gru Challenge. Hell yeah. What's your favorite minion? Tag me in the comments. I'm not funny, but I laugh at myself anyways. Ah! That doesn't count as me killing a minion. They self-destructed. Don't start Facebook mom humor posting. Don't tempt me. My sense of humor is broken enough as it is. I very well might actually just find it funny. They'll just laugh to make you feel better. Yeah. I'm doing the do-si-do. That was some Ultra Instinct dodging right there. Ah! Ah! Ow! What a shit show. Stop it. Nope. I refuse to fight them. I won't give in. Bam! Ah! Ow. Christ. Ah, fuck. Stop it. So much shit going on. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna take a second to respond to Chad. Ugh. I've never played Infamous 2, but I want to. How did we go from vampires to the killer tree from Harry Potter? Because the tree itself is... well, you see, in the lore... I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying attention. It's been like a year since I paid attention to this game's story. Ugh. I like Echidna. I think she's decently fun. There are parts about her that I don't like. Mostly just certain attacks that she does that I think are a bit irritating to avoid. And I think on the Dante run in particular, she's a bit less forgiving. But at the same time, like, I think she's pretty well designed over it. No, fuck you. I did not mean to punch that thing. Bullshit. I also suck as Dante Yuma, so that's probably why. So yeah, I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I did reset because I killed an ad. Alright. Don't worry though, we can do the boss fight faster now because we're smarter. We've developed more. I found the strat. Die, 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 thank you. Get away from me. You can kill each other, but not me. Do you plan on restreaming Purgatory, or was it such a shit show that you're not sure? I do plan on restreaming Purgatory. I wanted to give it some time. Ugh. And then do so on a day where I know that I'll have time and energy to sit through all the entries and not like nod off, you know? I want to give it the attention that it deserves. Apparently it was a shit show, but I still want to be able to, you know, be fully aware of what's happening and be able to actually contribute some good commentary, because especially with recent videos talking about plagiarism and content theft, I don't want to just restream it so that I can put out content using somebody else's content. You know? I'm even more, I guess, self-conscious of that, you know? 5 Dante's Peak, hell yeah. That H-Bomber guy vid was so good. Fuck yeah, it was. Get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. Stop it, everybody. Boom, boom. Ooh, come on. Die, 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 die. Okay, there we go. Cool. It killed its own minions. Well, that was an unfortunate series of events. Yeah. Alright. We did it, boys. You should be proud, Yuma. That's something to be proud of. Ship just kept piling up, yeah. It was insane. Like, that video was really well researched and documented and written. The only thing that I didn't like was the clear bias shown against right-wing people. Because, like, I'm not right-wing myself. So, I can thankfully say I didn't take personal offense to it. But, like, towards the end of the video, when he said that he was going to be splitting up revenue to the people whose content was stolen, instead of taking all the revenue for this video for himself, he specifically went out of his way to be like, I don't have to give money to that weird right-wing guy. And I'm just like, you were just talking earlier in the video about signaling your allegiances and how that, you know, shows that content theft is part of a bigger culture war with some of these people, and then you just did the exact same thing. Stop it. Like, you were doing so well at being mostly objective with a bit of sly commentary here and there, and then he's like, I don't have to give the right-wing guy my money, and I'm just like, why is it... Like, I get that you don't agree with him. Why'd you have to say it like that? That was weirdly scummy. That's the one part, one of the only things that I didn't like. because I'm just like, I get it. I have disdain for some right-wing people as well. They have some shitty beliefs. But you're doing a video trying to, mostly professionally, cover these very real instances of thievery and like you're trying to be objective about all these cases, but then you're like, also I hate right-wing people and I'm not giving this guy money. No need to bring it up, especially when you yourself made a point of calling out the hypocrisy of doing that kind of thing earlier in this very video, you know? I don't know. It didn't come off well. That doesn't discredit the rest of the video by any means. That video is still a fucking banger. But I do think it's worth pointing things like that out. I'll be the one to brave myself. Nilo shamed my family following Purgatory, and then Blossom firebombed my house. What the fuck? What happened? I'm not trying to laugh at you at all. I genuinely don't know what happened. I don't know if you're like trying to give a dramatic retelling of events or if that was just a joke, but did they like give you a scathing critique? From Blossom, I can definitely expect it. I mean, yeah, he has some pretty high standards. But yeah, you shouldn't take it too terribly personally. You are still pretty great at DMC. And you gotta realize how much that means coming from me, because I am the world's #1 gamer. So, like, I don't give out that praise lightly. I got sent an email saying that my freestyle is advanced. Oh, fuck. That is it. Yeah, that's a flick to the balls. Well, I mean, I guess to each his own. I don't really agree that it's advanced. I think it's higher than that. But at the same time, you know, I wasn't the one judging, so I can understand how that would, you know, sting. Felt pretty contradictory to the point of the video to do so well at respecting people's ideas and property, then in the end have this clear bias as if I don't like you, so people stealing from you isn't as bad, honestly. Yeah, no, he embodied the very thing that he was decrying in the video, even if only briefly, and even if technically he didn't have to give that person money, because, I mean, they got their content from elsewhere, I think it was. That was his reasoning, which is sound, but he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to try to get a sly dig on the way out, because it just showed where his biases lie. And it also gave people ammunition when they tried to discredit his taking down of Internet Historian's Man in Cave video. Because Internet Historian has been shown to have right-wing views, and he clearly had a bias against Internet Historian because of these things, because he used this plagiarism bit to also try to attack his character in little ways, but not ways that were completely out of line, but just enough to give Internet Historian fans that wiggle room they needed to be like, well, you're just biased against him, that's why you made this video. When, like, no, he made the video to cover plagiarism, but you gave them an excuse. You gave them a little bit of wiggle room by just being edgy and biased yourself. By you signaling your allegiances, like you said, you gave them ammunition. You gave them a reason. If he was completely professional throughout those sections, they would have had nothing to work with. But now they kind of do. And that sucks, you know? Because the discussion is going to go nowhere, because the side on Internet Historian's side, they're going to refuse to see any wrongdoing and be like, he didn't really plagiarize. This is just an attack from a leftist on a right-wing person. And H-Bomber Guy's side is going to be like, they're just floundering and making excuses when there's a nugget of legitimate grievance over there, even if it doesn't discount the plagiarism, you know? And neither side's going to see it the other person's way. They're just going to continue to fight and not fucking listen to each other. And the discourse gets ever muddier, even though this should have been pretty cut and dry. Internet Historian did a bad. That should be recognized. Move on. That's all it should have been. Because the video is about James Somerton anyways. But yeah. The gist of it is, SR phoned in an entry. Got put in advanced. I know it hurts, but it is more due to lack of effort than bad performance. Okay, well, fair is fair. If, in fact, you did phone it in, SR, then, that doesn't mean you're a bad player. That just means that you didn't have the time or the motivation or the energy to put in a full, to put your whole ass into an entry, Don't fuel your desire to improve on falsehoods. Good advice. I re-downloaded MGR. Found a mod that removes Sam charge time on his attacks. That shit is even more OP. Killed Armstrong in 1 in 42 seconds. The Internet Historian bit made me upset. That dude's Fall of 76 videos. Yeah. No, I was a fan of Internet Historian's content. I still am a fan of the style of content he makes, but now I obviously have misgivings about him as a creator if he can't respect somebody's work enough to credit it properly, and if he steals, that's really shitty and should be called out. But, that's the thing. It's so weird to see that people can't have that kind of take where they're like, I like Internet Historian's content, but also he did a bad thing. No, it's either you like his content and defend him to the death, or you already hated him and this is just a reason to hate him more. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't you just have a fucking nuanced take? Why is it so difficult for people? It's so weird. Making a joke, I turned on record, and submitted a practice run. So burnt out following Parabellum. Hey man, I completely understand. You've been doing way more than me. I'm so burnt out and my hands are so burnt out that I haven't made shit. And, the fact that you've been going for this long is something to be admired. Us first, them is how we think. Simple things are easier than nuance. Oh yeah, no, God forbid we have empathy. God forbid we try to see it from somebody else's perspective. Because that would mean admitting fault in any way, and I can't be wrong, because if I'm wrong, then I'm bad, and I can't be bad. Things can't be this way. It's impossible. There's no way that I'm at fault for anything. People. God. I hate it. Completionist with a charity fraud. Yeah, that shit is really sad. I think completionist content is some of the most cringeworthy I've ever seen, but I thought that he was a pretty cool guy. I'm just just because I think that he's the least funny human being on planet Earth, that doesn't mean that he is a bad person or that his content is necessarily actually bad. It just means it's not for me, and he seems really nice, and he donates money. But apparently he doesn't donate money. Apparently that wasn't real. Or rather, it hadn't happened when it was supposed to. Again, having a nuanced take where you're like, I can acknowledge this while also acknowledging another thing. So stupid. Twitter only sees black and white when the world is mostly gray. Yep. Correctamundo. The plot of Yakuza 7. These sorts of things make me distance myself from people a bit. Oh, I stay off Twitter for the most part because of that kind of thing. It's ultimately healthier for me. Because the worst part is that you can't try to convince people to see both sides. You're yelling at a wall. It doesn't matter how well you formulate your arguments. It doesn't matter how much you corner them. If they're wrong, that means their entire world comes crashing down, even though that's not how it should be. And thus they're like, well, hey, they're listening to you talk, and they're like, I'm not going to try to listen to what this guy is saying and use it to inform my own opinions. I'm going to wait until he finishes while I think of something to say to prove him wrong. They're not listening to what you're having to say and trying to add it to their own information stores. No, they're like, I'm waiting to find a way to convince you that you're wrong. Because it's so mind-blowing to just maybe be wrong when presented with new information. Ugh. It's so disheartening. And this kind of thing, like, it's already disheartening enough, but then you think about the fact that this exact lack of communication and lack of self-awareness plays a part in people's entire livelihoods getting fucking ruined. Sucks. I think Dave Chappelle said it best, ironically enough, that there's never been a worse time to be a celebrity. I wonder whether some people just have something inherent to their biology that they can only like or dislike something instead of being able to like while having legitimate problems with it, right? It's an evolutionary response to being wrong about things. I can't stand it. It can't be this way. Ugh. Fuck Dave Chappelle. Yeah, he's said some pretty stupid stuff. I think that he has been funny in the past, and I think that he is he's gotten rather set in his ways pretty recently, and he stopped being as funny. It's really unfortunate. Comedy should challenge, it can offend while still saying something. It should make you think and make you ask questions and stuff. But a lot of the stuff he churns out nowadays just seems to be for the intent of pissing people off to draw in a certain kind of crowd and make a lot of money. And that sucks. Because, like, with all these issues, there's an area in the middle where you hear left-wing people making fun of comedians who are like, I get censored for saying this, I get doxxed for saying that. And then, like, it shows that they're making millions of dollars, and there's truth to that. But at the same time, they do also tend to dox and harass people who don't have opinions the same as theirs. Just look at the case with the coffin of Andy and Lele and the developer getting harassed off of the internet entirely, giving her own IP away to the development studio that helped her make it because she was receiving so many threats because people disagreed with the subject matter of the game. But when you bring that up, no, that's just some bad actors. But that happens more than you think. One of the people who spoke out for the game being allowed to do what it wanted to do got doxxed on his wedding day. Like, at some point I'm like, you guys are no longer the good guys when you do that shit. You have to realize. It's less biology, more unchallenged beliefs being the norm. Yeah, echo chambers. It has to do with the algorithms of social media. They'll show you posts that you're more likely to engage with because you like those posts. You're more likely to follow these people, and they already echo your beliefs, so you're more likely to continue believing those beliefs and thinking they're true, because you're like, so many people around me believe them, but they just show you the people that believe them already. And they don't show you anybody who challenges those beliefs, because that would make you want to get on social media less. For most people. I'm talking a lot. Oof. It's one of the reasons I like to avoid talking about this kind of thing, too, because even trying to have nuance, you'll just be labeled a centrist, There will be some sort of normal term used as a pejorative against you, and then the person saying it will get 100 billion likes for calling you out for being a coward or whatever. These fights are going by a lot faster now. We can invite Elon Musk to our next show. No. Dave used to be funny, but funny doesn't mean you can be a transphobe. Yeah. He used to say actual meaningful things about how people perceived things like transphobia and how the media treated that kind of thing. But then he just stopped. It was just like, I hate trans people, essentially. I'm just like, that doesn't accomplish anything. Like, comedy can be offensive, but if it doesn't say anything, then, like, there's no point. All you're doing is being offensive, and, like, I mean, you're allowed to say it, but you're not free from the consequences of saying a bunch of stupid bullshit either. Even though the consequences should not be doxing. That should go without saying, but apparently it doesn't. But yeah. Didn't hear about any of that, but holy shit, that sounds fucked up. Yep. It happened, and it fucking sucks. Whew. Many of us are at fault of it too, because we see nothing wrong with the takes around us because we agree with them often. Yeah. Yeah, this game's sound effects are a bit weird. They're a bit cartoony. Tell my wife I said hello. My wife might be in chat. Hello, I love you if you're in chat. No, it's not the controller making those sounds. It's, you're talking about, like, the crunchy sounds, right? Like the that it makes whenever I punch. Ooh. Just thinking about those people getting doxxed for liking a video game, that riled me up a bit. I got a bit upset, so I'm gonna calm down now. Talking about this topic always gets me riled up, just because I'm anticipating nobody fucking listening, because nobody ever does. As though it's something to be ashamed of to change your perspective when presented with new information or arguments that defeat yours, you know? It is nothing to be ashamed of. Weird ching. Oh, that might be the controller then. My apologies, if that's the case. Referentially resolved. Why I should return my funny bone to the doctor. Luckily for me, there isn't a funny bone in my body. I only have correct opinions. and thus the cycle repeats. It begins anew. I'm not like those other guys. I've got the good opinions. Oh wow, he wasn't stunned by the fire. He didn't give a shit. Boom, boom. Wait, hold on. I just saw JJ bigoted. What? What did I say? Oh yeah, it might be the hydraulic power fist. What did I say to be bigoted? Was it the fact that I said Dave Chappelle used to be funny? I stand by it. He used to be funny. And he used to say some pretty insightful things. It's a shame about his recent vendetta against the trans community. Because it's not only does it not help anybody, not only does it do more harm than good, not only is he not saying anything, but it's fucking boring. It's such a boring thing to feud over. Like, why does it matter to you how somebody decides to, you know, choose their gender identity? Most of my interaction with the subject of, you know, trans rights and all that is just like, it doesn't concern me. It's like, I couldn't possibly try to make a judgment call on the very real problems that other people have. So I'm not going to try to talk as though I'm an authority on this. I'm a straight white dude, and I've never had any doubt about that. So like, I couldn't possibly relate, and thus I'll keep my mouth shut. Why can't you do the same? Like, I couldn't imagine feeling trapped within my own body, desiring a different kind of body. I've never felt that. I felt trapped in life, but not in that kind of way. I can't imagine what that feels like. And neither can he, so like, why... Why does he make it his prerogative to try to comment on those issues as though he has any authority on it? I don't know. Thoughts on the Fisto Power from Fisto Power Fist? Did I read that right? From Fallout? I don't know. I never got that item. Had his hate boner over toilet paper versus bidet. Yeah, that would be... like, it sucks because he can be genuinely really funny and also insightful. He can say some really, really smart things at times. Just not lately. It's unfortunate. But yeah, if I keep talking, I risk having a really shitty opinion eventually that everybody's gonna hate me for. It happens. So I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You alright? You hear the screaming? Stop. I'm kind of checked out. I'm trying to get focused back into combat. Ooh, get fucked. I got too invested in the conversation and wasn't paying enough attention to the combat. If I tried making a joke related to something JJ said, spend 5 minutes defending the statement as if I was actually... What? No, I wasn't... Which statement was I? I'm confused. I didn't think you were actually... I thought you were joking about me being a bigot. I'm very confused. You didn't explain the joke enough, SR. I'm going to need you to explain it some more. Got a bone to pick with you. Remember that 1960s slang? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna need you to explain, SR. I'm waiting on it. I need a dissertation on my desk by Friday. I wish flamethrowers were more fun in games. Yeah, no, what they need to do is they need to make getting the flamethrower out just a little bit faster in this game, and then it'll be a lot more fun to use. Because here's how long it takes for me to use it. That was the fastest that I could use it. Because of the knife thing, it was an item pickup. It flashed on the screen because I picked up an artifact. Knife jump scare. Money. Only fun flamethrower I found was Micro Obsession I had with an Indian twin stick shooter. Nero mains are bigots. Well, I was referring to the part where like I apparently defended some comment I made. I'm trying to remember if I made a comment that could be perceived as bigoted. And also, I think the only fun flamethrower I've come across is from Doom Eternal, and that's just like a brief flame belch. In fact, that's what it's called, I think. V mains bad people, which they are. The existence of V mains only perpetuate the stereotype that V is a character. And I think that's pretty harmful, to be honest. Like and share if you agree. That's a bit cheap. Whenever you punch the debris right here, you'll end up right there on the rock, and by the time you either try to sprint forward or dash backwards, you'll get hit by the swamp. That's such a weird-ass game. So-called V enjoyers win Mission 14. Oh, I remember doing the 100% trophies run for DMC5 and coming across those missions, playing it vanilla because I was on PS4, and holy fuck, man, this was at the height of my DMC5 fanboyhood, I guess, where I was like, this game could do no wrong essentially, and then I was playing those things and you could see my face change in real time. So in essence, indubitably... Oh, fuck. That's the funniest part of this. The humorous take I was trying to convey to you involved a rather silly coincidence of words, implying you were a bigot, but bigoting is GPO1. Okay. Nero... What the... That is a fucking layered joke. Like, it's funny now that you explained it to me, but I'm like, how was I supposed to get that? That's the kind of storytelling that my videos has. Where that my videos have, excuse me. Where it's just like, what, you didn't get that? You didn't get that this flower meant narcissism? I always feel bad on streams because I feel like no, keep talking. I need somebody to talk to. Ugh. Mega Man Battle Network had 2 sick flamethrowers. Never did play that. My only experience with Mega Man games are Mega Man 9 and 10. I played them on Xbox Live Arcade. Fucking SR. He's like, knock knock. I'm like, who's there? And he's like, Chapter 1, The Industrial Revolution. And he just fucking... Industrial Society and Its Future by Theodore John Kaczynski. Introduction 1. Fuck, 9 and 10. Ah, okay. I thought the 9 and 10 were supposed to be pretty decent. I thought that everybody liked those. Whoopsie. This part's really stupid because you have to get all the way up here for him to be like, can't make it without a rope. Then you gotta go find a rope, right? Well, on your way here, you pass where the rope is. I'll show it to you. Here. We gotta get back there and find it. 9 and 10 crusty? Ah, that's unfortunate. Right here. Did you see me at this part earlier when I looked around? This was not glowing. You can't pick up the rope until you go up there and realize that you need a rope, even if you already know you need the rope. They could have fixed this by just having a line of dialogue where he's like, I could use this later. And then later comes like 1.5 minutes later. I did not do that. Oh, God. Contextual bullshit. Stop. Oh, that's the only joke I'll ever tell in my life. I can finally retire. You did a great job, SR. I didn't understand it because I am not a history major. But it was good. You wouldn't grab a rope at random. It might just be deliberate padding. I guess, but like on... What about... I don't know. It feels like if you explore enough to where you look in that little nook and then you see it, you should be able to pick it up with that little line of dialogue so that you don't have to just run back. It really does feel like padding to me, you know? This game was designed in a very specific way. I wish that it had some sort of just like horde mode, because the combat is the most enjoyable part, but to experience the combat you have to walk down some corridors first and squeeze through the shimmy area. You gotta wait for Atreus, you know? Boy, we gotta go this way. Oof. All right. Ugh! Fucking hate the shield guys. Wow, he just kind of let that happen, didn't he? Oh my god, there's always one more. Oh my god. Projectiles. Stop! Here, I got an idea, guys. You ready? This is how you'll probably start handling these conflicts at a certain point. Boom! Now the playing field is leveled. Fuck off. Bam! Kill the projectile guys. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, come on. By the way, the difference between the bow and the rifle is that with the bow, for juggles, you can actually pull it out fast enough to shoot and then continue the juggle. Would have played better if somebody kissed his dad. Completely off topic. Have y'all played Darksiders? I have not. And ooh, excuse me. Did you hear that? That was me trying to talk and then burping and then interrupting myself. I do plan to play it at some point. I wanted to do so on stream, but there are a lot of things I want to do on stream, and there's like a queue of 63 games that I'm supposed to be getting to before then, so it might be a tiddly bit before I get to it. They're very odd. Oh yeah, like each one feels like a new genre, apparently. Like the third one is a Souls-like. If you don't own it, I could give you my Epic Games login today. Oh, no, that's okay. Eventually I'll be getting it. I have Darksiders 2. I don't have the first one. I'll be waiting for a Steam sale, and then I'll be picking it up there. Did you guys expect to come to this Evil West stream and hear talk about politics and internet drama? I don't think you did, because I didn't either. Runs like ass on PS3 though. I see clips from Darksiders 2 from Yanoji mostly, if he still makes them, that is. Identity crisis and very meh combat design, but satisfying visuals. No, but I did expect to hear about Nero Claudius Caesar. Yeah. Darksiders 2 is the best one. Darksiders 1 is too good. I hear that. I hear that a lot. That's a really cool visual. It's not like anything super crazy and unique or any. Like, it's just cool. I like it. This is my funny. Earlier this year, I replayed it for the first time in a while and tried to implement the air stand glitch into my shit son. Who is leaving these money bags? I'm thankful, but also curious. It's a game I can bitch about for 500 hours. Couldn't get it to work into combos, though. Ow. Probably have to stop here in the next 20 minutes or so. My left hand's like, stop playing video games! And I'm like, I kind of agree. I love in JRPGs when you kill a gecko and it drops 15 gold. Yeah, where'd you get that? Trying to get flies at Petco. Should be possible, but I'm bad. Whenever I got it, the enemy was already almost dead. I guess while I'm here and there are 8 viewers, I'll go ahead and do the stream plug again. You know how it is. Socials are in the top left corner. Coffee link is in the bottom left corner. You don't have to donate. You don't have to subscribe. They're appreciated, but not necessary. Content will exist regardless. I appreciate you guys watching. Plug over. Because I view plugs as so soulless, I'm going to make the plugs themselves soulless. It's art. I've created the ghost hotel of merch plugs. I wonder if I'll ever have merch of my own. Georgia. Oh, I have affiliate link. You can do the gauntlets, ground pound, flurry of midair all the way, though. Hopping into that would be hella cool. I have no frame of reference, so I'm going to assume that it would be kind of cool. You guys ready for block puzzles? Hell yeah, baby. I'm not. Ow. Wait, hold on. Truly an odd hobby for a ghost hotel manager, for real. I love gameplay variety that's forced. Oh yeah, man. This is the bee's knees. Pushing boxes. It's nothing like it. Fuck. Ow. Yeah, this will definitely be the last mission. Hell yeah, that's the spirit, man. I believe this is the straight one, right? Shut up, Edgar, I'm busy. Alright. One day I'll get fat feeding the capitalist machine to survive and make music or something. Really want to make a comic. I wonder whether that can be considered merch. I think it can. Alright, boys, you ready for a boss fight? Ooh, did you hear that? That was my neck. Did you see that stuttering? That was my graphics card or whatever. And the boss fight's over. Now all that's left is to kill the ads. I've messed up my inputs. Fuck off. It ate my fucking input! Ah! Life is pain. It did it again. I take it back, video games are pretty bad. Ow. I wrote a list of plot points recently that I came up with across the years. Knitting them together is going to be way harder than expected. Yeah, sometimes you just have ideas that have no basis, no way of tying into anything else. You just get these random, fully formed, fully fleshed out ideas that have no connective tissue with anything else you've thought of. And you're like, how would I even arrive at this stage? Where did this come from? But you have it so vividly in your head. And that is how my videos are made. Because just like, it just fucking... No, but like, it's kind of like that. But... yeah, that shit, it's at once inspiring and also infuriating, because you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know? It's as though your brain is taunting you with the artistic possibilities that you cannot yet achieve. It's like, whose side are you on, brain? Oh, you scared me. Sorry, Agent Barnes. Say it's up to interpretation. Yeah. Pretend like you left enough breadcrumbs to have people come to their own conclusions, and then secretly you didn't. Secretly you plagiarized. I have a silly, maybe, DMC Restuff Mad project to show at the end of stream if interested. It's 4 minutes. Okay, yeah. We'll cap things off with that. Right now I'm just about to go to talk with the NPC, and then we'll be done. I'm not getting lost in this small finite space. That's not what you're seeing. I'm looking around for extra collectibles. Because they leave money in artifacts like this lying around. Can't go in there. Okay. Anything in here? No? Okay. Oh. Woo. Okay. Come on, autosave. Waiting for it to autosave. There we go. Okay. What? All right. Come on, SR, let's see that link. Don't be self-conscious. This is objectively better than all the content I've made this year. Meta LD. Oh yeah. Give me some Nero. Oh, I can barely see what's happening. That's how I like it, baby. Yeah, there you go. I love the reverse cal into DT cancel into caliber back into him. I want that to be an upgrade for Nero in future games, like to where you can do 2 calibers in a row. That would allow for things like that to be possible, and assuming they brought back reversals. Oh, fuck yeah. Inject it into my veins. Ugh. Why can't I get in Terrace and Nexus? I'm not really sure. Also, hello, Pain. Oh, gatekeeping. I liked the visual of having him in the black hole. Thought that was cool. Ooh. Whoa, how did you make... You made the was it a Baphomet? The Baphomet? Or is it a... I'm just going to call it a Baphomet. You made the Baphomet side switch whenever you did Virgil Aerial Combo B or whatever. The windmill thing. That was really weird. Pretty consistent, wow. I like some of the fast editing. I kind of hate this font choice, but at the same time, like, you know, it is what it is. I like some of the aesthetics here. I like the use of the black hole. I love me some Metal D gameplay. I'm just like, I'm a simple man. I see Nero, I hit like. Ugh. Just like that. What the fuck is that orb? Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Okay. I think that was a pretty good way to cap it off. Ooh. It's still readable, unfortunately. Yeah. Because I was, as soon as you said that, I was thinking of the logos for like Suicide Silence or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't have used that logo or that font, typeface, whatever. Activated Tomboy and forgot to let go of gun button. Okay, well that is where I'm going to be stopping it for tonight. I gotta go work on some stuff. Tomorrow night is the Game Awards 2023. We will be beginning our stream here at about 8 p.m. EST. I'll probably start like 20 minutes early, like I usually do. But, yeah, we're going to be streaming the entirety of the Game Awards. I'm going to come commiserate. You guys going to come keep me company while I cry into the mic and bitch about how games used to be good and aren't anymore. I'm looking forward to it. It's the only event on stream that I've ever had be an annual tradition now, as in 2 years in a row. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it'll be such a snore. Can't wait. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have people there with me, commiserating. But yeah, like I'd said before, socials in the top left. Here, I gotta remember to point to stage left or whatever. Socials in the top left. Coffee in the bottom corner here. I'm having to look at my own webcam feed to make sure that I'm pointing in the right fucking direction. I can't do this very well. Coffee there. Meet me here tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're gonna stream. I'm gonna go. My hand hurts. I'm going to put some ice on it. Or a heating pad, whichever would be better. I'm going to Google that, too. But yeah, good night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow night. Nice and rested for disappointment. Hand cramps already? Oh, well, yeah, I've been playing for like 3.5 hours. I will remember that, SR. I appreciate you reminding me. I will remember that. But yeah, I will see you gamers later. Take care.